No, 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 no. This is not another arcadey modern warfare run and gun jump around corners video. Now today I'm talking about the Division 2 and the game mode Conflict, so the PvP, and whether or not it's a good game mode. Um, Long answer short, I would say yes. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. It's far from perfect, but for what it is, RPG PvP, right? I think it's a good experience. So that being said, let's get into a game.
Love loading screens.
So for starters, I want to focus on the good points, the positivity. I'm a positive guy. I want to look at what makes this game mode fun for me. This is all subjective. This is just my opinion. These are not cold hard facts. Please remember that. So first we have
To go up top.
diversity, build diversity. Lots of it. Of course, there's always a meta. There's always going to be a meta in any shooter, and especially in RPG, like the Division. But yeah, I see guys using everything. Skill builds,
Coming around the
assault
corner.
rifles, sniper rifles, SMGs, and excuse me, people are successful. You can be successful with any build. Like some builds are stronger than others, making it easier to get kills, of course. But yeah, anything goes in conflict. I don't know how it is in the dark zone. I'm pretty sure it's more meta oriented, but for conflict, today we're only talking about conflict. Yeah, the build diversity is pretty good. Second off, there's few cheaters, very few cheaters. People using, like, I'm on Xbox, right? And don't tell me that, oh, you can't cheat on console. No, there's plenty of ways you can. It's not, I guess, people that you can't call it hacking, but there's plenty of ways for people to cheat on console, and
Back around the
it's
left
it's
side.
not very prevalent
Probably,
in
yeah.
conflict.
Two guys.
That's why I stopped playing Dark Zone in Division One, is because all
You
the
guys-
all
you
the
guys
cheaters
run
would,
away.
would go into the Dark Zone,
Like,
and they wouldn't bother with what was it, Last Stand. So yeah, not many cheaters in this game mode.
he's run away.
It's also got a slower pace than other games like Modern Warfare, which makes it easier for casual players, right? Like it's not only for casuals. Anybody. It's a competitive game, not professional or anything, but um, yeah, anybody can play it. Anybody can be successful. You just change your gameplay to tailor it to your skill set, right? So I think that's really good. Uh, Going with that, we have there's a long time to kill in this game, right? People talk about bullet sponges and whatnot. Um, but that's another good thing. Like, again, you don't have to be a professional with lightning speed reflexes to do well. It relies more on your ability to deal with recoil, right? Can you control your gun, right? Um, so those are the positive things. Those are what I really like. Why this game mode appeals to me. Now we're gonna look at some negative points.
One more over here.
Okay, and there are a few. Um, First things first is there's only like 4 maps. Yeah, we're not getting much love here from the
They got
devs.
one going.
We need more maps. Not too much to ask. It's a game. How long has this game been out? Over a year, I think, right? 4 maps. I gotta say, that's pathetic. I'm sure more maps will
One guy in the
come
middle.
in the future. I hope.
He's running.
But yeah, we need more. There's cheese. There's lots of cheese. Cheesy builds, cheesy tactics. What do we have now? We have,
Left side.
or we. It's not such a big problem
go
now,
up,
but
then we're forced
guys
to
would stack the
close
armor and the armor regen and just run circles
That's what
around
I
you.
want with this team.
He's just running around like, why? Play the game. Yeah, apparently that's fun for some
Big
people just to
mistake,
run
buddy.
around in
Big
circles.
mistake.
But it's not that bad.
Right side?
Again, and probably worse in the dark zone. But these things are not as bad in conflict. You have to remember that. Balance.
Not even.
That's another thing. It's never going to be balanced. No game is ever going to be perfectly balanced. RPG, like you say, oh, this gun is too strong. Well, yeah, it happens. It's going to happen
Push.
in every game. Don't just say, oh, the division, they don't care about their players.
Right here.
No, it's it's a very tough thing to do to balance every gun perfectly while making them unique and individual. Like it's a lot to
Guys,
ask.
come middle. Middle.
Now there's a few things not really related to gameplay. It's just how the
Yep. We
how
got one guy
conflict
middle.
has been set up. For example, there's something called the mercy rule. So anybody who's played, you know, recreational sports when they were 6 years old, right? There, you probably had a mercy rule. The other team's up 10-0. The ref's like, okay, okay. We don't want to embarrass the little children, the little butterflies, so we're gonna call the game, right? And then the little boys and girls don't get too upset. They don't start crying to their mommies. I never want to play again. No. Well, we have that in conflict. For some reason, they thought that that would be a good idea. It makes absolutely no sense. Nothing about it. I've yet to hear any like real justification as to why it has been put into the game.
Another guy.
But
Get back. Get back. Get back.
straight up stupid. Next up is spawn flips, and then also kind of goes hand in hand with this new thing that they implemented. Is like a spawn debuff, I guess we could say, where if you enter the other team's spawn, basically you're losing most of your armor and you can't use skills. Why? I don't know. I guess we want the little butterflies to be able to camp in their spawn until the mercy rule goes up. Like I don't know. I don't know why they want to promote sitting in your spawn. Oh, you're down by you're down by a couple kills. Oh, we got to just sit in our spawn, force them to come in. It's ridiculous. And then the spawn flips, they seem somewhat randomized. Like sometimes it's out of nowhere. There's a spawn flip. I think they got to do a better job with that. And finally, the level 30s. I feel so bad for level 30 players, because they get put into the same games as level 40 players, and they have no chance. I just a warning. If you haven't bought the New York expansion, you might want to stay away from conflict. You're just gonna get rolled. You don't have a chance really. But yeah, that's it. There's a lot of bad, features of the game, but don't let that scare you off. I think, you know, every game has its problems, and the Division 2 is no different. Um, so just give it a try, and I'm not saying give it a try. Give it one game. You got to give it some time. You got to get used to the game mode. It's not PVE, right? It's a completely different play style. Try some games. Get some friends together, play together, right? Have some fun. I do think you'll enjoy it. Finally, I just want to give or show a few examples of some of the things I talked about earlier. First, we have the mercy rule. Okay, so you'll see my team we were dominating the enemy the entire game. You'll see at 9-2, no mercy rule. Then 9-1, suddenly, suddenly there's a mercy rule. But then you kill their last revive, respawn, whatever you want to say, and then the mercy rule goes away. Like nothing about this makes sense. It's completely silly. It's just silly. So here is the spawn debuff, and this is what it promotes. It promotes one team sitting in their spawn and turtling, and just taking advantage of the enemy's debuffs. It's not a fun play style. It's just it promotes cowardice, basically. And here the flamethrower and spawn flip. So the flamethrower is bugged right now. So if it just taps you even from a long distance, you're immediately dead. Um, hazard protection doesn't do anything. And then there's this random spawn flip. We were not sitting in our spawn. We were there was just a random spawn flip, and that's sometimes what happens. So with that, it is time for me to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope more people will play Conflict. It's a really fun mode. And anyways, I hope to see you in the next video.
Two guys up.